Oh, welcome to Mirror Domains. And this is my Society of the Snow full live movie watch along. First time ever watching Society of the Snow. Now, this is not my first time being aware of this story, as this movie, it's on Netflix, this new movie, Society of Snow. It's a remake of that classic movie, Alive. I don't know if you guys remember that movie. That was like a really long time ago, right? Oh, not Hell's Kitchen Games. We want that one. There we go. Yeah. From 1993, Alive. Now, if you guys know how that story went, then you know that we're going to go into some... oh, Frank Marshall directed that? Wow. Yeah, it's about the Uruguayan rugby team that crashes in the Andes and has to resort to some extreme measures to stay alive. So that's what this movie is about. Viper in the live chat there says, hey, how's it going? So with that being said, guys, it's 2 hours and 25 minutes. Oh God, Jesus. Why, guys? Why do these movies have to be these, for God's sakes? Anyway, I'm hitting the play button on my, on mine right now. All right. Good. So we're underway for Society of the Snow. Now, from the parents' guide, they said that there's a few shower scenes where you get to see the rear ends of some of the gentlemen here, which could be foreshadowing towards something else later on in the movie. So, hey, I don't know, is this supposed to be the... Okay, so it was Spanish originally. So shall we watch it in Spanish, or should we watch the dub? Very interesting. Wind picks up. I guess we'll watch the dubbed version. Is this the dubbed version? Guys, you guys can't even see that there's writing there. Yeah, I'm watching the dubbed. Okay, bye for says. Then I guess we're watching the dubbed version.
On October 13th, 19...
Okay.
Some say it was a tragedy.
Well, yeah, it was. Cool. It's a tragedy that you crashed. Despair.
You're freezing. When you have no food and you're dying.
Is that the crash site? It breaks in half, right? Doesn't it? There's like the front end of the plane gets separated from the rear end and they try to find each other or something. This is going to be a nice refresher. Oh. Okay, so we're some rugby. I never got into rugby. A couple of guys that I went to college with, they were rugby players. I was always much more into soccer. But I preferred to play like tennis or golf. I preferred hockey. But I know that rugby can be tough. And that's what we like here in North America. We like tough games, man. We like body contact games. So rugby should be up my alley. Oh, we're in the shower room here, guys. Just in case. Just in case. You don't want to see any, you know.
Couldn't have done worse.
I messed up once, man. We won the last cup because of me.
Because of you? Right?
Okay, so they are in the shower room here. After watching Society of Snow, you need a palate cleanser. Well, I'll just watch a Taylor Swift video. Luckily, I don't have to go far because she's right there. You guys can't see her, though. Gaston. Oh.
Son, he said. And at once the Spirit drove Jesus out into the desert.
Jesus,
And he
into the
remained
desert.
in the desert for 40
You guys
days
remember that
and nights.
episode?
being tempted by
Yeah.
Satan at all times.
He was. It is Sunday, so we should be in church, yeah? Any sins to confess? Well, I have unpure thoughts, Father, about Taylor Swift. Sorry. Oh my God. Don't make fun of people in church, James. That's very unbecoming. So they're trying to build up the camaraderie of the group here. It's shot well. This is not Netflix. I'm surprised this wasn't a theatrical release. Because it is cinematic. It says, come to Chile, man. All right, I'm going to toggle the Spanish.
$45. ¿Cuándo vas a encontrar un pasaje más barato?
Nunca.
En la vida.
Mirá lo que me hace sacar.
I want to hear the Spanish for a second here, guys. Flamboyant. Because I want to see if the audio is still ADR or not.
Esta te la quedás vos, que no la llegue a agarrar Gastón.
It does sound, yeah. So I'm going to switch back to the English dub.
Good argument to talk you into it? I really want you to go. Because you graduate in a couple of months.
That guy looks like he
And
could be
you'll
Adam Driver's brother, huh? Not that guy, that guy. Oh, it is going to be the last trip. For you. James, you shouldn't joke around about this movie. This really happened. Yeah, I know. But I'm watching a sensationalized version of the movie, of the events, so are they not also guilty of the same thing you're trying to accuse me of? I'm like, it's in the back of my mind to get an animal. I'd like to have a nice little animal here. It would help my Instagram page if I had an animal, I think, right? Yes. Just don't know what I want, if I want a cat or a bird. Bird, maybe. Although I'd have to listen to its whistling in the background. It might annoy you guys. So he's hitting the books. Uh-oh. Oh, he's looking at the maps. Just seeing how far away it is, huh? That's the way I used to be. Needle drop. I'm sure Army Hammer fantasizes over Society of Snow. No, Pfeiffer. That's pushing it a little bit, isn't it? If you guys don't know what Army Hammer has done or was accused of, admitted to actually, then maybe he does. Ugh. Are those the flight attendants? Always looking at the girls, huh? Of course, man. It's a bigger ball, right, than football. Not a soccer ball, I mean, like an actual North American football. And I don't know, does it have a leathery outside to it, like a pigskin kind of feel? The rugby ball? I don't know. That's iconic. Now that's the real photo, right? They really did that one?
My name is Numa Turkati.
24. Arglass says birds can be quite dusty also. I had a cockatiel for 16 years. Great character, but noisy. And I think, yeah, maybe if it's dusty, I don't know. Because I think I might be getting like a small dust allergy. Or sensitivity, at least. I sneeze whenever I get dust. I used to not. I used to be able to stand in a big dusty room and be kind of like, whatever. But now now that I'm older, if I stand in that dusty room, I'm sneezing. I think it's the dust mites. Listen to the soundtrack. That's beautiful. I'm going home this year, guys. That's my home. That's my home looks like that. Yukon Territory. I'm going back there this year for sure. It's in the plans. It's in the works. I'm going to photograph it. Now it'll be in the summertime, but you're going to see me standing behind some really nice scenery. Breathtaking scenery.
Is it true these mountains try to suck up anyone who passes over them?
Mm. Foreshadowing.
You
Huh?
can't cross it just like that. The range is massive. That's why we have to travel south, looking for a lower passage through.
Okay. So there's only a few channels that you can go through. Like, that's crisp. That's crisp. That's CGI. I don't think that's a real plane. But that looked good. That was a good use of CGI. Yeah, back when I was younger, like this age, even younger, I was constantly looking at the globe and atlases, just studying maps. That's what I like to do.
Everybody please fasten your seatbelts. Bodies are not
Okay, so
allowed
this
to be
guy's just
scattered in
having
the
fun.
Andes.
Did he already get the word that they're going down? Is that what he said? I need room to sit down in? Because he was looking at the map. You could hear it. I don't remember any of the females surviving. Oh. You just lost altitude like that, huh? That was a good mixture of CGI. A good blend of them really sitting in a cabin to them pulling out with a CGI shot. All you can do is fasten yourself to that seat, man. Don't get out of the seat. Oh, I like that. Silence. The use of silence there. Hmm. Is he out? Looks like he was hitting the head or something. Ow. Oh my god. Ah, the crunching of the bones. Ew. Oof. When you get squished up like that. Is he upside down? He's trapped upside down, huh? Wow, original movie alive. Undercoated the crash? No, I think it was still the same because you saw, but I think in their version you saw distinctly that the back section broke away from the front. We saw that there, but we didn't see really where what happened to the back part, right? I don't know. Maybe we should rewatch that crash sequence. Yeah, there'll be a lot of people bleeding out.
I don't want anyone else to die.
All their legs are broken because all the seats compacted like this, right?
Alvaro. Alvaro, what?
Cracked his leg back into the position. His bone was probably sticking out, right? Oh, I meant the bones crushing sounds and blood. Yeah. Yeah, the bones crushing sound. That's what got me. Can you guys read that? It says October 17th, it said. They're using white wording over white snow, so it's kind of hard to see.
Hello? We crashed in the mountains. We're Uruguayans.
This guy's barely holding on. We passed Corico. He just passed. He's dying. When it's cold like that, guys, it's shocking how quickly it can catch up to you. The bottle's breaking because it's frozen. And when the water freezes, it expands, right? So it breaks the bottles.
Nobody fall asleep. You'll freeze to death.
The injured scream.
There's suitcases. Take out the clothes and cover yourselves up. Insulate yourselves. That was cold. That was shocking. He was saying, "I'm help, help," but then the next shot of him frozen. Sorry, guys. I'm just engrossed here. Where are we? We're 19 minutes in. 19 minutes in, guys. Timestamp. 19 minutes. Coming up on the 20-minute mark. I'm watching my third movie today, getting ready for the Golden Globes tonight. Yeah, the Golden Globes go tonight. I don't know if I may turn on the stream, as I said, near the final parts of it. We'll see. I got the sound of the snow right, though. I can tell. Yeah.
Also, my cousin Daniel. And Guido and Alexis.
No. One of the few times where, yes, you would want to have snow to drink because, well, that's all you got. Otherwise, you don't want to eat snow because there's lots of little crawlies in there. And you don't want to have that either. He had some, what was that, bourbon? It'll dry you out, man. It's going through the sequence of events rather quickly here. I didn't think it would, I thought it took them a while to get organized and figure out what they want to do. Right? I would use alcohol to clean wounds. Yeah, exactly, Piper. Try to clean it up so that you don't get gangrene, right? So again, you're using white font on white snow there. You guys can, it's right here, and you can barely see it on the screen, right? For the names of people who had passed. I like that they're showing the names of people who died as respect. I do like that. But don't you know the basics of using fonts? It's a cracker with a little bit of October 14th. So yeah, I would be trying to find, those the rafts that near the doors, the inflatable rafts. Try to find one of those because that's a lot of fabric. You don't use it for to sleep on or anything, but you use the fabric in it to create like a tent to insulate if you could. That's what I'd be looking for. I guess they had no signal flares back in 1972, and they got lost upon impact, or that too.
You're coming.
And you got nothing to burn to keep warm. They're in a little. It's a beautiful shot.
Out here, we are an anomaly.
Day 15. Wow, we're going through the days quick. You gotta send out some kind of reconnoiter. Get your surroundings, right? As you're running out of resources, you gotta know what's around for you.
What happened?
Makeup Bifer says, yeah. Want to make it over to his sister? We're gonna die. We're gonna die together, I guess. He's thinking. That's the way to do it, though, right, guys? Hmm.
Monday. Take care of them.
Yeah, yeah.
He's okay. So that's why he went over to her, because he promised his dad. Three days. You've been out for 3 days. His eye. I thought they tried to get into the cockpit and try the radio at least. I thought they tried that. Making some water. Good. Yeah, that would be so frustrating. That you could hear the engine of another plane. You just couldn't tell where it's coming from. Oh, no, there it is. Don't talk about it, man. Don't think about food.
Stuffed Canadian Chivita.
Torture yourselves. Reinforcing the shelter. You hear it? Yeah, a female did survive. It's playing tricks on them, right? The wind bouncing off the tops of the mountains, sometimes whirling around like that. Yeah.
Talk like that.
What faith?
In front of the younger guys. If you tell them, you'll destroy their morale.
As many calories.
Roquet told us about the batteries. They were in the tail of the plane.
Yeah. Again, you got to send out reconnaissance of some kind. I know you're wasting energy and it's dangerous trekking through the snow on top of a mountain glacier like that. Because there's hidden things that it seems like it's all flat surface snow, but there could be cracks that are covered up by like cracks in the ice that you can fall down into, right? Fissure? That's a beautiful shot. Oh, I guess they're walking up the trail of the crash. So it hasn't snowed to cover that up. That's steep, man. You fall doing that, you're sliding all the way down.
Save your energy. I don't want to carry you back.
So he's seeing from the top view that. Yeah, you hear that cracking? That's a cool shot. That's awesome. Okay, you can go back, but I'm pushing through. 6 days. You'd be passing out, right? I know that you can survive up to 3 weeks, but you're passing out a lot from exhaustion. You stand up to go to the washroom or you stand up to do anything, you're going to pass out. So while you have the energy, it's important to get to that tail section. What is that? Algae on a rock or something? Pus? Ew. Is he eating his own flesh?
That he'd eat the bodies if he had to.
If I have to, I'll eat the bodies.
Okay, so there's the first mention of it at 36 minutes in, guys. You'd have to consider it, right? This is one of the few times in reality where this option is acceptable. But in the first movie, the 1990s version, there was much more of a debate over the morality of it all, wasn't there? Because, yeah, it goes against every instinct in your body to do that, right?
We're wasting ourselves away.
7 days and 7 nights without food.
7
Nothing.
days.
Food outside.
Yeah, did you know the director of this movie also made Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom? Was it AJ Biona? Is it? Your pee is black. Eey. Yeah, there was a big build-up and debate, actual decision of eating the remains, yeah.
It's luck that brought us here.
Bad luck, right?
It's just meat.
It's people we love, Arturo.
How do you cut up a body?
Start with the biggest muscles, the legs, the haunches. Just don't eat the brain.
Prison if we do it?
It would be like organ donation.
What's wrong with you?
Okay, yeah. This is what I thought we would get.
Can to survive. Who's gonna take that from me? You?
Hmm. You think you can eat the leather off that shoe? Apparently that's supposed to be like one of the last resorts, is that you eat your belt and your shoe if it's leather. Not much nutrients in it, but I don't think I would do it. Is he eating the leather? Or string? Is he hallucinating? That's what I'd be worried about too, that you'd start hallucinating. He's eating the tobacco. And because you're so starved, anything will taste good. Ugh, and they're showing that the pea is black. Getting rid of all the... Oh, he's looking at his belt. He looked at his belt there. Right? Because if it's leather, rawhide, then it should be like, that's skin, right? Dried out and cured and cut into strips, but she die.
Susie, breathe. No. Susanna.
Last testimonial. That's what I would be doing too. Leave some kind of a record.
We're in a beautiful place.
Susanna. Tanned or stained leather would be toxic ingest if I would have thought. Well, yes, if it's stained with like what do they call that? Varathane or whatever. Yeah. But you can probably shave that off. Is it Varathane? I don't know. Whatever. Again, as I said, it's a good, so it's one last resort kind of thing, right? This is a cemetery. I think that was a line from the first movie.
I'm not
wasn't
staying
it?
here.
Is he supposed to be playing the Ethan Hawke character? Ethan Hawke was in the original, right?
I know. You need to calm down. Just breathe.
So this is the rear section? No, the same. Okay. No, you're dying there, Poncho. Day 9. It is moving fast through the time period, isn't it? The Ethan Hawke character were in the new movie is the new character in the movie wearing a khaki cream color fur collar. Okay. To eat me?
You also have my permission.
I can't remember who was in the original. We'll take a look at all that stuff afterwards, guys. We'll round up and we'll watch the crash sequence too, I think. Pull that up on YouTube or something. Again, come that will be done. Have it daily. Yeah, because it's. I know that there are some species out there that are cannibalistic, but for the most part, we don't eat each other. Like sharks will eat other sharks. Like I think it's built into us. It's ingrained in us that that's something we just don't do. No, I'm not saying that there are human cultures out there that have done that, that have gone down that route. Certain African tribes, um, even North American tribes, there's certain ones, but they went off and became kind of weird. Um, what do they call them? Troglodytes, where they don't have much up here. And it's not going to be that much food. Maybe 100 calories, maybe 10, 20 grams of protein, and that's about it. Like you're going to be still running on bare minimum. You're not going to come out with a full stomach or anything. That's a good shot. I like that. The sky, the clouds. Yeah, I'd be taking the clothes off the dead. I'd be.
What no one wants to do.
That would be hard too. Doing that, doing the cutting, because you're doing it like that. You see the ear, the body parts. You're doing it, yeah, to stay alive and stuff. But that'll stay with you up here that you did that, right? And I'll come back at you if you survived. It'll come back at you because you'll be just like normal walking down the street, being thankful. Oh God, I'm alive. But then you'll be thinking of other people's, what are people eating, and it'll just constantly be in the back of your mind. If I was in a plane crash, the one item I would want to carry is a hand axe. Yeah. It's like that's a good shot.
Left or right?
Plane safety nowadays makes it impossible to carry sharp tools. Yeah. But the way I would look at it, there's lots of sharp tools with exposed metal.
The snow.
No, thank you. I'll be okay.
range. With the rugby team, Old Christians has come to an end.
Oh, they got word that the... That would be so heartbreaking. So they're not looking for you anymore.
Been found. We'll return with more news after a commercial break.
So what do you got? You got some sustenance. You got the ability to get water all around you. I forget how they get out of it. Did somebody walk out?
If I can ask you for one more thing.
Don't think about it, man. Just put it down the hatch. He's going up the tail section. I like that you can barely just see them, right?
Anyone? No plan. We need to find batteries for the radio.
Music is effective. Like, that's a beautiful shot. Like that. That's a real location that they went to film that, right? Gabriel or whatever, who got sucked out, gassed on. Yeah, sorry. Ramon Martinez. Again, there's writing there, but you guys probably can't see it. It was right there. My God. Guido.
He was behind me on the plane and flew out.
Sun's going.
Take the clothes. Man, that's steep snow. Steep. At least it looks a little bit soft. Sometimes when snow's like that, there's like a thin layer of ice that builds up along the top. And that's really sharp stuff. So that when you fall, you could cut yourself on how sharp that ice top layer can be. Because it melts from the sun, right? On top. Yeah.
That way.
Just like the way he just talked there. Build a small thing out of the snow. Carve out shelter from the snow. You know, like again, that's beautiful. My God. So how much of your body is now freezer burned, man? Frostbite. I mean, frostbite sucks. Oh, so they slid down? Well, it's the fastest way to go, I suppose. Nothing. Vastness. Cold.
No. You can't see anything.
Is that what happens? They walk out? Because looking at the food rations, you're not going to last the winter there. Where are we at? Yeah, yeah. Where's their facial hair, guys? It's been 12, 13 days and none of them have more scruff than that. They would all, I would have like some scruff for sure.
An idea. Beyond that mountain lie the green valleys of Chile.
But staying there is also pretty much suicide, right? You might as well just go outside and lie down in the snow and wait for hypothermia to come take you if you're not going to try to get out.
Because your rhyme was all talk. Tell me, why don't you get up and go out for a quick walk?
You see, now there, see, he's getting the facial hair.
Oh. Even though we're now freezing to death on this planet.
October 13th, huh?
To finally come home. So I can give her a big kiss.
We got to be getting to the halfway point here, right? Just cross the hour mark there, guys. Coming up to a minute, an hour and a minute. So about the halfway mark.
Leave this place without first hearing a rhyme from the reserve Numa.
Where not even a spider can walk.
Well, at least they're trying to pass the time. Snow? Avalanche? I don't remember that part. Yeah. That kind of muffled screaming sound. When you get trapped under snow, snow is surprisingly heavy, man. You think, well, I can get covered in the snow. I'll just cover myself up and give myself a little space to breathe. No, it presses you, man. It presses you. It's weird how it is. Because it's not like water. My God. James, this new movie is beat for beat if the old movie. Yeah. This is, okay, the avalanche did happen. Yeah, I didn't watch the older one as a refresher. I've seen the older one back when it came out, which was 30 some odd years ago. I saw it on something called Home Video. I saw the old one last year. Okay, Bifer. Good. They're peeing on them to keep them warm.
What's that noise?
It's going to crash. It's going to cave in. Another one? My God. Yeah, you just barely got your bearings, and then another one hits.
I'm alive. I'm alive too. It's Roberto.
How much of
I'm
a
alive.
beating can these guys take? My God.
Carlos are dead too. Tintin, are you okay? I'm here. Coco? Coco?
Marcelo's buried, man. Yeah. Look at this shot. "17 days." Like, these shots are really eerie, aren't they?
What could we have on top? Could be the entire mountain.
Everyone pray right now!
Because any moment, it could just go whoop. Are you guys feeling the despair? Has the director captured that well? I think it's I'm a little bit spoiled to it because I know how they, you know that some of them do get out. But obviously they're losing people. Again with the names. And I like that part. Did the older version do that one as well, Pfeiffer? Show the names of the people like that? Like, look, those avalanches took a lot.
How long do you think we'll be here?
I don't think they show the names now. Okay. The despair for me was when the pilot uttered his last words. Yeah. May God be with you, kind of thing. Yeah.
The hunger is unbearable.
Oh, it wasn't until the end of the movie, Hourglass? Okay. Yeah, that does sound vaguely familiar. Well, we're not going to do nothing. You hear the slicing of the flesh. Ugh. After all this that we came through, yeah. Just gonna ante up, kick in. Try, just bring up as much food as you can. Not be walking out. Because you got water with snow and you got food with people. If you know what you're doing with snow, you can build shelters. It's kind of like a trench that you put like a small pocket in on the side to cover yourself from the wind. Quincy. You don't have to dig too deep to give yourself shelter. Just do day after day. That's what you're doing.
Gotta get out!
Careful, dude. Careful.
Stop it, Noah!
Cut his hand. Or his foot, sorry. "4 days buried." Poncho going up first. That's horrifying. Breaking through the snow like that. Think about it in reverse. If there was just a small hole there, would you go down into that small hole? No. So think about it like that. But you're coming out of that small hole. The perspective is different, right? What? Why you got your shirt off? Oh, he's got hypothermia. He doesn't know what's going on. He's hallucinating. Yeah, see? Digging a trench with a small little pocket to shield yourself. It's infected, man. Isn't in my God, huh? An hour and 16 minutes in. Still got about an hour left.
Fido when he gives it to us, without saying which of our friends it belonged to.
Hmm?
Wait for what?
To be prepared.
Here. Come on, dig.
That's why it was important for you guys to make it up that ridge on that first go to see exactly how far, right? But so it's melted that much that they can see the top of the plane again? It seems like there was a big time jump just now, right? They were just buried in several avalanches. Day 34, the thaw begins.
Help me, Roberto. Arturo's really sick. He's got 3 days.
Infection? You want to kill them? Put them out of their misery?
Player on the team. Now you have to walk for everyone else.
Oh, he's going to be the one walking.
Careful. Over there.
You got to think, even if he walks 3 days to get out of there, it's going to take, what, another at least 8 hours for them to get mobilized to get a chopper up there. Anemia? Is that what it's called? Anemia when your lungs fill with fluid?
Tries to help,
There you go. There you go.
but no one can breathe for him.
You done? Yeah. Arturo. His back looked all messed up. Four? Just so they went down first. I would have gone over first. I would have tried to make the hardest part first. So they went down first. And that guy with his infected foot. I'm really surprised that they let him go. He must have been hiding it, right? From the guys? Yeah. He would have fever too, wouldn't he? From the infection?
Numa, you okay?
Yeah. You were hiding this from us. And you volunteered to come out here like this. We can't carry you the entire way. Like, you really jammed us up here, man. We're wasting resources because you guys continue on. Yeah, that's noble. That's again, the beautiful, like extravagant shots. Cinematography is like easily the best point so far. Acting has been pretty good too. Few pacing issues, I would say. Just tell them that they're okay, at least. Tell them that you couldn't go on. Where is that? An hour and 24 minutes in. Because I thought they got to the tail section in the other version. I thought they got parts or something like radio parts, didn't they? Or didn't you? Weren't you paying attention, James? Didn't you see that they got the radio parts? Or am I missing something? Like I thought they got something of value from the tail section. I might be confusing this with Lost. Raphael.
I tried to always do the right thing, you know? What's the meaning of the death of Arturo, the death of Vasco?
Don't let yourself go down this road, man. There'll be time for that later. That's despair taking you, right?
Mine. I remember there was only...
They got batteries for the tail section, but I'm not clear how detailed the original movie depicted that part. Okay. He could be Adam Driver's brother, though, right, guys? I have to look at who that actor is.
And if I pushed against her, it would make her sink deeper and deeper.
Yeah.
Then, I hugged Liliana with all of my strength. Which was to take that love that I was...
Okay. Hitting just a touch of the lull of the story here, guys. Because the more interesting part is the 3 people that carried on to get out of there. We're not following them. We're still back. Okay, now we're finally.
Till suddenly, behind a hill, we found the tail.
Yeah. Pfeiffer puts a $10 live chat badge. Thanks, man. Thanks. Bottles of rum and cigarettes, as if you guys need more of that. Chewing gum, chocolate. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. All that sugar, though, man. You'd get such a sugar rush off of that.
We almost didn't make it.
Okay, so they did find the batteries. For some reason, I thought it was up on the top of the mountain, though.
down there. We need to try.
To get a signal out. It's better to get a signal out than to walk 50, 70 kilometers in the snow over mountains. And it could even be more than that, James.
Doesn't think the radio will work.
Come on, Roy. Not a lot of time.
I don't believe it.
Yeah, the look
Nice,
of
Roy.
electricity. Just wow. Like again, like that's beautiful.
Not this one. What was it? What if it doesn't work?
You gotta try.
Hello? We're still here. Hello?
They're gonna have to take his foot off. Lesions from the infection.
So we stripped the bones of meat.
Hmm. I don't know enough about radios to get them working.
You know, I'm dying.
Oh, so he doesn't want to take the food because he's dying? It's a waste of the resources, is what he's saying?
I'm 25 years old, Pancho. Got my entire life ahead. Got everything left to do.
Hmm.
What's so funny? Cry with me, come on.
Wow. That's... wow.
Moron. Come on.
Hmm. That was a good performance.
waterproof. We can use it, yeah?
The insulation for the let's say as of today, there are 17 more survivors up above. Okay, so they left a message for their. Where are we at? An hour and 37 minutes.
There's enough fabric. We could make a big one.
Yeah. Tomorrow.
The local Air Force has specially equipped a C-47 aircraft.
Two months. My God.
Look at this. This isn't being alive.
Don't rip it apart, dude. Come on. And that's your ass hanging outside then. What's he gonna do? Is he gonna off himself? If you could grab that bird, you would rip it apart. Trying to make bird calls. I want to see like that compared with the real pictures, though.
ourselves the same questions we're asking.
Hmm.
I'm prepared for what's coming.
So that was alcohol he was putting on there, right? He was trying to disinfect the lesions. But it's kind of like you're poisoning your blood, right? When you get that infection. Like your blood is poisonous. Like, can they eat them after that? Like, I don't know these things, so it's. They've shot it in such a way that it's good that you can see like the sunken in of his face kind of thing. Just like that, he's gone. Wow.
I died on December 11th, 1972.
In your sleep. So they're just passing around the note. I thought that we would get a little bit more of the journey of them getting out. But it feels like this it's just gonna be like, okay, now we're walking out and that's it, it's over. There is no greater love than to give one's life for friends. So he did he poison himself? And there's the meat, guys.
You can use the bodies of my mom and Susie.
Oh, they did fashion some snowshoes. Good. I would be wanting to do the walking. I would be wanting to go with them regardless. I wouldn't want to just sit there because that would be the hardest time, right? Of kind of like, okay, here's our best efforts, but because I know that I would go right until the point where I would be crawling if I for in my last efforts, like I would not stop until my body just totally gave out. No, he didn't poison himself, but he had consented for his body to be consumed so they can live. Yeah. Yeah, see? It's not big trenches that you have to dig. Can you see them? I can't see them. Is that the three of them here? Okay, yeah. They're a little bit separated. Like that's a cool shot. So you reach the summit of one of the easier passes, hopefully, right? And the scariest thing about getting to the summit, though, is that you just see an endless expanse of mountaintops and gullies. That'd be the scariest thing, right? And I've seen it. I've seen expanses like that because I've flown to the Yukon, where you just mountains, countless mountains over mountains over mountains. Kind of like that. Oh. Your hope would be that at least one of those valleys would be deep enough that you would have some kind of a thaw. Silence. The wind. Yeah.
After all we've climbed, we're so close now, look. There's no snow there. Can you see it?
Yeah, so he's looking for signs, at least. the thing is that even if you get there and you get down to like where there's green, where there is thaw, you still have perhaps miles of forest to go through, right? Okay, so they sent somebody back. Unless they fall in a trench. All right. The journey down took 10 days. Did it? And then you got to worry about not slipping and falling and breaking your neck. Right? You don't think about it, man. You just one foot in front of the next, day by day, hour by hour. Don't think, just do. But it does look like they're descending now, right? Trail breaking, too, would take a lot of energy. Now that's a cool shot. The sun rays.
A valley.
And finally to be walking on something other than snow. He walked all that way in that. Gonna probably lose his foot to frostbite. Crickets. Find some of those crickets and you got some eating, got some protein, other than that kind of food. Was the food bad? Did the meat go bad? What do you see? What do you see, man? The meat has gone off, yeah. Oh, there's a lizard there? A lizard? If there's a lizard there, then you're in a place warm enough for a lizard to survive? Oh, there you go. Get some pile it up there as quickly as you can, man. Throw over some real food.
I'm from a plane that crashed in the mountain.
that water is too fast to cross, too dangerous.
When are you coming to get us?
Oops, sorry, I hit them. Yeah, an apple. Yeah. I spent like a week on the river, and we got back to civilization where there was like a convenience store, and all of us went to the convenience store to get food, and we bought like chips and pop. One person bought an apple, and that apple tasted better than all the junk food and all everything else. We passed around that apple and shared it. Just like because our mouths just hadn't tasted like fresh food in a while, right? We were all drinking like and eating like dried food and stuff like that for our trip, dehydrated food and stuff. So when you got the chance to actually have something fresh, ooh, I like that shot too, silhouette. So we obviously got rescue, and we're coming up to the 2 hour mark. So the denouement is going to be like, looks like it's about 10 minutes.
To bring you more information on the news we gave you a few minutes ago.
So what do? They give you antibiotics, some kind of a booster, vitamin booster kind of thing? I don't worry about looking good, guys. You're going to look in rough shape no matter what. You see the bones, boneyard. Probably put on a glucose drip. Yeah, some kind of, because you would want to get nutrients back into your body. And coming off like a big, even though that you have been eating stuff, coming off a big fast like that, your digestive system wouldn't be prepared for it. Just for you to sit down and have a steak. I mean, you would, but it'd be kind of like, it'd feel weird, I think. He buried the rest of the meat.
Roberto Canesa. Gustavo Zerbino. Ramon Sabella.
Ramon Sabella. Daniel Fernandez. Daniel Fernandez.
To see your friend there waving at you in the helicopter would be just so, like, wow. Yeah, I'd be overcome with emotion. Just give me a sandwich. I'll take whatever. I like the music too. It's not overpowering or anything, but it's effective, right? Was that like their keepsakes, their testimonials and stuff in the luggage? Why would he complain about one piece of luggage to go? Who cares? Is it because of the weight? Did he forget the camera? Or did you take the film out of that camera? Hmm. Yeah. It's got me a little bit here, guys. Yeah. I was worried that I wouldn't be invested, but I'm invested. I feel like it could be a little bit tighter in the mid part of the film, but it's come around and paid off, I think.
What miracle, Mom? What miracle?
Yeah. The fact that it actually meant that you'd be invested from the get-go.
Doctors want to know with their exams.
Seeing if you're all right, man. Soiled clothes, probably. Okay, so there is a shower scene here, just in case. Just a naked butt. Oh, I think we saw a little bit of the naked butts. They're just trying to show that they're really skinny there in the shower, I guess, right? I see a hot dog by Recess. Okay. All right, so we can turn that back on.
Newspapers talk about the heroes of the Andes.
But they don't think of themselves as heroes?
And their children.
Shaking. Yeah, you would have major psychological issues after this. Yeah, you're happy to be, but you endured trauma that, as I said in the beginning, it would stay with you. Probably for your entire life.
Because the answer is in you.
They all wanted to sleep in the same hospital room. Is that it? Society of the Snow. So that's it. Good movie. Good movie. So hopefully they show the shots of the actual. That's what I wanted to see here in the post credits. The shots of the real people. Sorry, guys. I'm wanting to see the photos here before I close out. Oh, Michael Giacchino did the music for this. He's a good composer. He did War of the Planet of the Apes and a whole bunch of other stuff. Didn't he do one of the Star Wars? Didn't he? Did he do Solo Star Wars? All right. So this is just the photos, and yeah. I'm giving that movie a thumbs up, guys. Okay, so as I said, let's go over to the IMDb here and take a look at the cast quickly. We'll go through this part rather quickly. I just want to see who was who. Fernando was Augustine. Numa was Enzo. So, okay. This is the guy that I said looked like Adam Driver's brother or whatever. What else has he been in? A lot of other, not that much stuff though, huh? He was good though. And that final speech that he had, like when he was like, "Cry with me," kind of thing. That was, oof, that was tough to watch. All right. What's the tomato meter say? Let's go over to the tomato meter. 90% by critics, 85% by the audience. I'm thinking I'm up there too, guys. I think I am up there too. Let's take a look. Vanity Fair. No film could fully capture the awfulness of this experience, but despite some of Bayona's irksome flair, Society of the Snow does a sturdy enough job getting the point across. Somebody who didn't like it. Not since Martin Scorsese's Silence has a film so effectively asked us to consider whether faith is benevolence or a blight? What? What are you talking about? Get out of here. Next, somebody else who didn't like it. Shouldn't a true story of life, death, and cannibalism be a little bit more gripping? Well, I thought it was. It took a while to get in there. It does have some pacing issues towards the middle, for sure. I don't like, how does it compare to the other ones? I don't know. The other Alive, from Frank Marshall. This one was the 90s version was the more Hollywood version of it. Who was in this version? I know that Ethan Hawke was in it. Who else? Josh Hamilton, Vincent Spano, John Newton. For some reason, I was thinking that Eric Bana was also in this, but I guess I must have remembered it wrong. Bruce Ramsey. Yeah, it does make me want to take a look at the comparisons of the two, right? Alive. Let me pull up my my YouTube here, and let's. Whoops, that's not what I want. So this is the plane crash sequence from the 90s movie, and that's, what is that? It's not early CGI, that's like rear projection with a model? Okay. I think they give more reasons for the plane to crash too, right? Because that was kind of left ambiguous as to why the plane was crashing in this version, because it just started to go down. Whoops.
Gonna go through a little weather on our approach. Okay.
Gonna go through a little weather. Okay. And was that co-pilot hitting the sauce? What was that? Huh. Okay, so this is just a clip I got from YouTube. I'm just wanting to see if it's somewhat similar. Okay, so you saw a little bit from the pilot's perspective there on that one. People's legs getting clipped. That was Gabrielle or whatever that got sucked out. Guna or whatever. Sorry. That surprisingly looks fairly decent for the time period. That doesn't look so good, but whatever. Okay, so the seats slam again here. Okay, so the seats do go forward in that version too. Okay. But you didn't get as many crunchings of the, like the bones and stuff. But it's basically the same thing sort of happened. Okay. I just remembered it being a little bit more grandiose than that. Okay. Let's just take a look at what Alive did on the tomato meter, and I think that will round us out for the day. Or not for the day. What the heck is that? There we go. 61% by critics, 68% by the audience. So Society of Snow is ranked better. And out of the two guys, I would say go watch this version. I'm sure that the Spanish version, like if you watched it in the Spanish version with subtitles, it would have been equally as fine. Because the performance is, I think it transcended the language barrier performance-wise. I would say that it does have some pacing issues. This suffers from its runtime of, there it says 2 hours and 24 minutes, but we were just under no, the credits started at 2 hours and 10 minutes. So you're saying that there's 14 minutes of credits on that? 14 minutes of credits? But yeah, it was definitely a better version. It was powerful retelling of a story. 8 for me. 2 out of 9, 209, Bifer says. Yeah, I would say about an 8. It does, like, when we're trying to figure out what's going on with all the avalanches and stuff, 2 hours and 9 minutes. Yeah, I think there's stuff there that you could condense. What's like, I would have preferred, I would like to see a story of what happened to them afterwards, the survivors, right? Is there a story that continues on, like with them trying to adapt to having that event happen to them? Like, obviously, you just don't go back into normal life playing rugby again, right? So that's what I want to see. All right. Night swim is 27%. 44. Yeah. All right, guys, that's it for me. I really got to go use the washroom, but we will be back later on today. I do want to record my my review for Night Swim. Maybe this afternoon we'll go online and do a quick few movie news headlines. There's a couple of things happening this week. We are going to be watching Echo. But we won't be watching it all on Tuesday because I'm getting called into work for 4 hours. So that's going to throw a wrench into that plan. It's going to be dispersed over a couple of days. We'll get through all of Echo, guys. But we will get through it this week. All of Echo we will get through. I wanted to binge it all in one day, but if I'm working for 4 hours out of that day, then it's kind of like it's a hard situation. But we will get through it. And then we'll see how it goes from there. For sure. Thank you very much for joining me. If I'm getting called into work tomorrow, it'll be an 8-hour shift for me tomorrow, so I won't be able to do my movie news until later in the evening. But we will get to movie news tomorrow. But I do want to tie in my Night Swim review and some box office reports later on this afternoon. So come join us for that. If not, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe. We'll be watching some football as well. And I'll see you next time right here on Mirror Domains.